Hello everyone, I'm Stramp, and welcome back to another Snapshot video. Today, I am playing in 20W28A, which came out earlier today, that's for when I'm recording this, and there are some really exciting new things in this. Before we get started, if you like seeing these Snapshot videos and you want to see them as they come out, make sure to subscribe and leave a like, because I do these pretty much every Snapshot, unless there's something it's like you can't really make a video on, so let's jump into it. First off, and probably one of the cooler things in the Snapshot, is that Piglin trading and I guess bartering has been greatly changed. I guess Mojang caught wind of it being a bit overpowered, which, you know, it's not. It's fine. It's fine, but you know, it would be nice if we could still break the game with just some gold and stuff. Here are some of the things that have changed. So, first off, these 4 items here, gravel, crying obsidian, obsidian, and the soul speed books, remain the same. They have not changed at all, and are the only items that really haven't changed. As for these two, magma cream and glowstone dust, they have been removed, unfortunately, from the Piglin bartering system, which is a bit of a shame because I liked having a renewable resource for those that wasn't, you know, actually going and mining it and finding that it's kind of a nice farm for it, but it's whatever. I guess you can still get that through witch farms, and I guess if you want to make a magma cream farm, have just been, their numbers have been reduced. Some of them significantly, some of them barely, but it has been buffed, and Mojang is still working on it. So it'll be interesting to see how that comes out in the next updates. Moving on, there's actually been a change to villagers, which is scary, but thankfully it's nothing too big. If we get a villager in here, you'll see he puts off these little green particles. That is actually him setting his bed. Well, the first green particles were him setting this as his home, and then the second green particles were him setting this barrel as his profession. He's a fisherman now. Let's get him out of here. So basically, villagers will now emit green particles when they join a village, when they set a home bed, or when they set a job or profession site, which is good because it's really nice to know when that stuff actually happens. Next, there's actually been a change to Totems of Undying, where previously, if you fell into lava and died with that, they wouldn't really do anything for you. You would just die again. But now, they've added it so that you... That was loud. You get fire resistance now for 40 seconds, meaning you can escape and, I don't know, burn alive later. And my favorite thing, and possibly the coolest thing in this snapshot, is that they've added the ability to add custom biomes, and I spelt it wrong on the sign, but I am going to get into that and show you how that all works now. So what we're looking at right now is actually going to be the source code for the vanilla world generation. This was released by Sliced Lime on Twitter, which is very nice because it kind of lets us see how this all works. So if we take a look into it, there's the dimension type, which obviously just has all the different dimensions there are. There's the Nether, the End, the Overworld, and caves. This is just how they generate. You can kind of see how they work here. It's just basically, can it have raids? All of the stuff that makes it all work. So these are the basic world generation types. Then in here, we have the different world generation settings. So you have all the different biomes. You can see there's lots of them. And then all of the world generation settings. And I think, for this all to make sense, I'm going to walk you through how Minecraft does its generation. So first off, what's selected is the dimension. So say we're generating something in the overworld, you have this, which is basically just all the settings for that dimension. You can just read through these and see all the different things. And then it goes on to select a biome. So let's say we go with desert. So it puts down all the sand and stuff and all of the blocks related to the desert as per what the dimension says. So in this case, it would just generate an overworld desert like you're used to seeing. Then it goes on to place down all of these different structures which are defined in other parts of it. So in this example, the desert spawns the village desert, pillager outpost, desert pyramid, mineshaft, stronghold, and a ruined portal in the desert. It then goes on to decide all of the different mobs that can spawn there, and how frequently they spawn, how many spawn in an area, whatnot. So you see we have bats, rabbits, spiders, all the hostile mobs. Then goes on to select the sky color, and then the surface builder, which is essentially just telling it what blocks to use. If we go down here and we open up the desert surface builder, you see The top material is sand, the underneath material also sand, then gravel is underwater. It goes on to select carvers. Carvers are basically what puts in the alternative generation, such as caves and ravines and all that stuff. You can see if we go into the carvers, there's canyons, caves, ocean caves, underwater canyons, underwater caves, nether caves. So there's a few different things there, and these are just predefined things. Basically, it runs through whatever system they have for generating the cave, and then this just dictates the probability of it spawning in a given area. And then after it does all that, it's put in the structures, the blocks, the different mobs that can spawn. It goes into generate features in there, which is basically just already generated structures of sorts, so like lava lakes, fossils, dungeons, wells, all the different ore types, all the different foliage and things, and then just stuff to finish it off, like how often it rains, how the size of the world, what kind of sounds can play there based on the current mood, fog color, watercolor of fog. And that is basically how a biome is generated. Now, the nice thing that is being implemented in this update is you're basically able to fully customize all of this. So, say we want to create our own biome. What would we want to create? Okay, just for example, we want to create a cherry tree biome. So let's use the birch forest as an example. So it starts off, and we have the generic mineshaft, stronghold, ruin portal. We could theoretically put whatever structures we want into that. We can create our own structures using structure blocks, and then throw those in there with a data pack. We can set custom mob spawning and how often they spawn, the sky color. We can set a surface builder to generate certain blocks. You can create your own carvers, which would allow you to create custom caves of sorts. This is basically adding in the ability to add whatever biomes you want, and that's very powerful. Now, I am no expert in this. I could very well have gotten all of that wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's how it all works. I plan on putting out a video in the future about how to create your own biome data pack thing using all this, but I'm going to wait until they kind of sort it all out since it's still in early development. But thank you all for watching. That's pretty much all in this snapshot. There are a bunch of bug fixes that happened. I'm going to leave a link to the patch logs in the description if you want to go check those out. But thank you all for watching. Have a good one.